As the resident mix queens of Six the Musical, self-proclaimed, I'm going to give you the short answer. It just feels good.
It does. It feels nice.
Smooth. It feels healthy.
Mm.
It's a good time. Get into mixing, everyone!
Yes, do it. I think for me, I can feel it. If you're asking technically, mechanically, I can feel it up here, like behind my eyes, into my forehead, or like right above my teeth. And I'm just like really pushing that control system of my diaphragm to get it out there. Yeah. You mix.
You mix! Get into mixing!
Yeah, period. Yeah, the one you've been waiting for, the one.
I will be on for that Berlin Girl, March 1st and March 2nd. Be there or be square.
Period.
Think about the years gone by, but one day I'm walking to JFK and I'm gonna fly. It won't be long now, any day.
The question is, tell Zoe, or it's a tell.
I'm so excited for the We Are the concert. Yeah! We Are the Tigers concert in July. I can't wait. Yeah! See you there.
Chinese food or Italian food?
Chinese always.
Chinese food. Chinese food. Chinese.
Italian.
Italian. Italian. Italian. Italian. I say Italian and American Chinese food.
I love a New York Chinese food though.
Yeah.
She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks.
I find it quite difficult, but it's a good challenge. It's challenging it's good challenging in ways that I thought it would be, and it's bad challenging in ways I didn't think it would be. And that's the hard part. But
many people love it.
Some people
and make their whole careers out of it. I did it at Between the Lines, and that was an amazing experience, but it was also some of the hardest stuff I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what kind of person
Depends
you
on the
are.
person, yeah.
And where you are in life.
Yes, that also. It's not for the faint of heart, folks. Not for the faint of heart. So, before I ever had a voice coach plugged my nose when I sang to ensure that I was not singing into my nose. I also think, just like technically, think about where you're placing it. I like to shoot things out of my eyes. Like if I picture that I'm blowing something up with laser beams with my eyes, that knocks it out of my nose. Also, you can think of like singing into your temples or giving them a little touch, and that will help, or into your head. It's all like kind of a mental game. So I think if you just try to focus the sound elsewhere that's not your nose, that will help.
We did that.
Everybody's got a different story with this, and like what people were allowed to do and how much of themselves you can bring to the role. And I really feel like directorially and creatively, like I was allowed to bring who I wanted each character to be. And I'd say Aragon intimidated me the most for sure, because I knew that my Aragon would be quirky and not like cool, you know, and they let me. This question usually scares me, so let's imply that you and anyone else who's listening to this is a person that is diligent in being excellent in their craft. They're working hard, they're dedicated, they're putting themselves out there at auditions, they're preparing adequately for auditions, you know, all of that. Let's imply that that's there. Let's also imply that they are people who Broadway is not the be-all, end-all, meaning that they don't think that they didn't have success in their theater career if they didn't make Broadway. Let's imply that. If those things are true, then my tip would be to not compare your journey to getting there to anybody else's. Everybody's story is going to be different, and no two journeys are alike, and there is no right path, ever. From what I gather, everybody's audition calls have been a bit different. So at least for me, I was invited to an invited callback where I sang a song of my own, and I got to pick a cut of a queen of my choice. And then I did a dance call that day that it was choreo that was not from the show. Then the callback I received was like singing queens that they wanted to hear me on, and then 2 more dance calls. Then the final day was singing for all the queens they'd called me back for, and then a 3rd dance call. And then the second time I was in, it was kind of just the queens that they wanted to see me for, and then all 3 dance calls. That was it. So how was it, was your question? I answered, what was it? So how was it? I had a good time. It was like one of the most fun auditions I've ever been to. I just felt like everybody was like cheering each other on, and I think maybe the first chunk of callbacks I went to the second day was like the most intense. Like it was the most theatery, where it felt like everybody was kind of in a zone and, you know, really wanted to impress. But besides that, like, it was really chill. I felt like the creatives wanted to get to know me. I felt like the casting directors were super supportive, also acknowledging that I was an out-of-towner that was flying in, and they were just, like, kind to me in that regard. Just, like, lots of good things. It was a really fun process for me.